Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On Moments Bold and Beautiful, Hope's in shock after hearing the Thomas and Paris news. You and Paris are what? She rehashes the engagement news and Thomas confirms. They kept effects private to give it time. They spent time together while Paris was at Forrester International and fell for each other. Douglas goes over to Hope and says it's okay, Mama. His pater really loves Paris, this is for real. He also leaves with Paris after telling Hope how important he missed her. Alone, Hope just has one word. Wow. How could I've been so wrong? How could I've misread that? She really allowed. He came back to renew their life together. Why are you doing this? Hope asks, wondering if Paris cares that Thomas was engaged to her family and proposed to Hope not long ago. He demanded to move past his passions, and Hope spits out, so this is how you do it? There's only so numerous times you can get shot down before you have to give up your dream, he tells her. She says the timing wasn't right and he counters that while a part of him will always love Hope, he'd to move on. You gave me no choice. Hope apologizes for hurting him and letting him down, but that didn't mean she stopped loving him or wanted him to leave. He says he'd to, but in gashes, she tells him he didn't have to. He could have worked it out. Have you just forgotten everything that we participated? No, he says. He'll no way forget what they had. Also, how can you move on so snappily with someone differently, like we were nothing? Thomas says he and Paris have commodity special too. Hope wants to be happy for him, but she ain't. He doesn't anticipate her to, but it's going to be okay. Thomas was her gemstone, no matter what. His love and devotion were commodity she could count on. A one-woman man. And you still are, aren't you? Only that woman isn't me presently, is it? But Paris? Is he sure? Steffi and Ridge meanwhile are talking about Hope for the future. Steffi's reluctantly going on with the plan to give Hope further time to prove herself. But the line hasn't been the same since Thomas left. Good news, Steffi, Ridge agrees with her, but he still thinks RJ and Zend can pull it back over to great again. They also get into Hope going off the rails, ever since Tomas made the wise decision to take Douglas and leave for Paris. Just as they talking about how good Paris has been to Thomas and Douglas, and the fact that Steffi has been talking to them, Ridge's grandson bursts in, Grandpa. They surprised to learn that Douglas and Thomas are there, not just us, his fiancée too, Douglas says. Steffi sensations that they re-engaged, also Paris comes by and Ridge realizes Steffi knew about the two of them. She did, but not that they were engaged. Douglas mourns that he gave it down before his pater could. Paris notes that Ridge is surprised. Yeah, I am surprised, I didn't know you were dating. They shoot Douglas off to visit Charlie so they can talk. Paris notes that Steffi and Ridge must have a lot of questions. Ridge wants to know how long they were dating. Since shortly after Thomas moved to Paris. He didn't want to say anything when Ridge visited because he wanted time with his pater. She says his first many weeks in Paris were sad and lonely. She was just trying to cheer him up at first, but also they formed a profound connection. She loves Thomas and knows he loves her. In the show's final moments, Steffi and Ridge admit they were both caught off guard. Steffi notes that Thomas no way mentioned marriage. Where is he anyway? With Hope, Paris says. Oh, okay, Steffi responds, casually asking how Hope took it. Paris says she left them alone to talk and Steffi asks if that was wise, given their history. Thomas moved on, but Hope isn't ready to let go. It's forfeiture, says Paris, she believes in Thomas and the fact that he's over Hope. Hope, meanwhile, demands to know if Thomas really loves Paris. I asked her to marry me. She says that doesn't answer her question, but he says it did. He asked Hope doubly and she turned him down. Hope says that whatever he and Paris have will no way indeed be close to what we participated. Rome, the fashion show, the kiss in front of the Colosseum, it was real. They created commodity beautiful, deep and true. A man has no way moved me the way that you do, she says in gashes. Everyone was trying to break them piecemeal, but no bone could. They've got a future if they just want it. You do'n't have to marry Paris, Thomas. Please. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest Thomas Forrester isn't being true to Paris Buckingham. He set up a way to make Hope Logan jealous. So, he offered a fake engagement with a willing contender. Read on to learn further. Thomas Forrester returns with a new woman. Thomas Forrester returned home at the end of the Friday, June 21st occasion. Observers have been looking forward to his largely anticipated return. Thomas left for Paris after Hope Logan rejected his offer. He returned to Los Angeles. This comes amid Hope's struggles. She's been dealing with habitual headaches. On top of that, she's at war with his family, Steffi Forrester. It's caused stress at Forrester Creations. Hope is spending further time with Steffi's hubby, John Finnegan, whom she also has passions for. Thomas hasn't been on her mind at all. She's been featuring about Finn. Hope wants to know what's wrong with her. Thomas Forrester was the perfect man for Hope Logan. She wanted a man who wanted and loved her only. She didn't want someone with a disunited heart, like her ex-husband, Liam Spencer. But Hope muddled that over for herself. B&B suckers are curious to see how Thomas' return will impact the show. Especially now that he has a new love interest. He returned at the end of Friday's occasion with Paris Buckingham. She had a large gemstone on her cutlet, which caught Hope's eye. Carrying fake engagement? According to the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Thomas could be using Paris to make Hope jealous. The news of their engagement came as a shock to everyone. It came out of nowhere. This could come a marriage of convenience since he's hopeless to get hitched. Thomas is more hung up with the conception of marriage than he's with being with Hope. The exercise for the week of June 24th to 28th shows that Hope isn't happy about this news. She asks Thomas why they re-together. Thomas and Paris look nervous as they partake the news. Thomas explains why he popped the question to Paris. He believes that he eventually set up the woman who meets his requirements. Rich Forrester tries to talk some sense into Thomas. He tells his son he can't give up on love, indeed if Paris meets his list of conditions. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest Hope doesn't take this news well. She acts like Thomas' departure ruined her life, indeed though she didn't feel broken up about it all this time. Perhaps her true passions for him will eventually come out. In the meantime, Paris could end up getting hurt. What are your studies on Thomas' engagement? Do you suppose he's faking happiness with Paris? Sound off below in the comment section. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that bodacious fiancé Thomas Forrester is back in LA, but not with Hope Logan. Spoiler alert: he's engaged to Paris Buckingham of all people. See, living together in his little apartment all those times agone. Paid off. Perhaps now she can save the world on a wider scale, what with the Forrester name soon to be attached to her moniker. Paris Buckingham and Thomas Forrester sitting in a tree. But let's face it, Paris could be just a distraction for Thomas, who swore he'd love Hope for life, or until her mannequin doll was dusted off. Now that he's back, Thomas could be about to make a shocking discovery, that Hope wasted no time getting over him. All it took was a couple of massages from John Finnegan's magic fritters, and voila, Hope traded her dream mate. Hope's propinquity to Finn angers Steffi Forrester due to her influence regarding Sheila Sharp. This could set the stage for a wild new Thope chapter. Steffi has no idea that Hope is crushing on Finn. She probably will plump her family's engagement to Paris Buckingham, but will the miss be left at the altar alternate time? Thomas' fiancé could get Hope spending further time featuring about Finn, maybe indeed acting on her mischievous impulses. After all, she did just that in Rome when she cheated on Liam Spencer with Thomas.